For the Edmonton game, one of the things Rick had said, was a bit of a concern was making the soft passes, not making enough of the hard plays. Did you see more hard plays in that Edmonton game, and is that something that this team can take forward even into tonight?
Yeah, I think we really did. I think obviously the first 10 minutes was a little off, but I thought we got back to it. We had talked a lot about 29 and 97 for Edmonton. They transitioned like crazy, and if you turned pucks over, if you didn't do hard plays, that they could get going in the opposite direction. And it happened to us against Vegas, a little bit against LA, and you give good players off turnovers or soft plays, you give them space to work, they're gonna make you pay for it usually. So I thought in Edmonton we did a really good job of forcing them to go back and get pucks, make it harder on them, having to play under pressure.
And the context of that question is, for the last, almost since the Jets came back into the league, the games against St. Louis have always been hard. And the Blues have gone through a bit of a transition. Is that still the team they are, a hard and heavy team?
Yeah, I think they're trying to implement some younger players in their lineup too, but they've lost some key players, Tarasenko and O'Reilly, some of those guys that have been there a while. But at the same time, Craig Brewery's teams are they're gonna play heavy games. They're gonna make you work for every inch in space out there. So, you're gonna have to also play that way. And I thought last year, especially early in the season, I think it was game 6 or 7, they were on a roll, and we got into the game here and we beat them. And just for the fact it was that we played heavy and we played hard, and we did a lot of the right things, and certainly helped us have success. So, like I said, they're going to play a certain way, and we got to make sure that we're ready to go for that style.
Scott, what did you see from Nate Schmidt as he came back in from being a healthy scratch on Saturday?
Yeah, you know what I mean. It was just he was trying so hard. It seemed like prior to being taken out of the lineup to create stuff, to do things, and it was almost like everything he tried kind of backfired on him. And you know what? Sometimes the reset, like he got, kind of helped him. I thought he was really good in Edmonton. He got back for pucks. He made the first read and made that pass, and he got up in the rush, which he's known for, and just a real solid game. He made two real great breakouts where he got hit pretty hard on them afterwards, and that's part of being a defenseman and going back and sort of taking a hit to make some plays. And he did a real good job. He bounced back, and it was a big factor for us.
Lots of good goalies in the league. Binnington obviously off to a great start. What are the keys to kind of making life difficult for him?
Yeah, the biggest thing is traffic, making sure we're making it hard on him. We're not a real good team offensively. We don't have somebody around the front of that net. We can have our motion and our movement, but bad angle shots with bodies around there, crashing the net. We talked at the start of the year about getting greasy goals, getting ugly goals, and those happen in the blue paint and around that blue paint. We've done a better job of it this year, and any good goaltender sees the puck, he's going to make it hard on you. So, we've got to make sure we get bodies there.
Scott, sorry. You had Vlad Namestnikov from the trade deadline on, and then obviously re-sign him. Now you're using him in a bit of an elevated role, which is something you did last year too. What have you just learned about him as a hockey player and as a human being?
Yeah, I was in New York. We picked him up in the deadline. Bones had him in Tampa. We've got a little bit of history, Lau, as well. We have a little history with Vlad. He's played with some great players over the years and moved up and down the lineup. He's a lot like Iafallo. Those two kind of have moved around to different places throughout their careers. And at this time, with Gabe being out, we're trying to find some sort of chemistry with some lines. And him jumping up there, him and Ehlers have had some history together, and they enjoy their time playing together. So we're hoping that maybe that sparks Nick a little bit too. So they were good the other night. Vlad's a responsible player. We can jump him into the power play right now. He's in on our penalty kill as well. Big goal the other night. So can use him in a lot of different aspects, and he's a guy that you can rely on.
Scott, if you just ask one more quick question here. With things kind of in flux, I'm going to presume you're still going to look after the PK in addition to the bench duties. But did you spend, even though you gave up a goal at Edmonton, did you spend less time in your zone in the PK, and did you see some things of improvement there that you can ride some momentum on?
Yeah, we had a meeting there just before the Edmonton game. It was a little bit about, there was lots of times where we had pucks and we didn't get them out of the zone. We talk about shared clears, using each other to get them down the ice. I didn't think we were as aggressive as we needed to be. We got sitting back a little too much, and good players, the more time they have, they're going to make plays. And we just felt, and we knew how dangerous Edmonton could be, and then we've seen it in the past, and we just felt we had to get on them a little bit more, and I thought we did a good job of that. Tried to get down there, not give them second and third chances. But at the end of the day, I know we gave the one up early, but I thought in the second period we did a great job of really limiting Edmonton and kind of their movement and motion that they like to get into.
Even though there's a big difference percentage-wise, do you still have to maintain that mindset?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter who you're against. If you're going to sit and just wait on stuff, if you're not going to get your clears, one area where we weren't very good the first 5 games, we were winning face-offs and we weren't getting them down the ice. We were creating turnovers, which just creates zone time and for the opposition. So there's some areas that we're really looking to clean up on, and that being one of them, being a little bit more aggressive and making sure the pucks get down the ice when we get the opportunity.